Hey everybody, welcome to IVF Baby Hope. If you're joining for the first time, my name is Marissa and I am going through my fifth transfer coming up, my fifth frozen embryo transfer to be specific. And I'm I've been going through a mix of different emotions, and there's a lot of different moving parts happening, and it's been a rough start, which is it's been hard. Every day is different, but it's just been hard. Um, so where shall I start? Okay, so first thing, I left last time with my I had not started my cycle, which was a problem because I'm doing a natural frozen embryo transfer, which means they're going to go along with my natural cycle. We haven't done that before, and I thought that could potentially be really helpful considering all my natural hormones, and maybe that receptive window is better, a better option. So the doctor completely agreed, and so the good news is my period did start. So day one of my cycle is in motion, and I went and actually met with my doctor, and they did some blood tests just to kind of see where I was at. He had showed that I ovulated. So he basically, it was just I needed a few more days. My period was coming. It just wasn't coming when I had thought it was going to. So anywho, it happened, and so that was like a relief. I didn't have to wait another cycle or do anything else. So that's the update there. The other thing is my husband, as I had mentioned in the last video, he had tested positive for COVID, which was a huge shock. We had all been very safe, and he does go out to work in an office with other people, and there is incoming traffic coming into where he works. So we, unfortunately, a number of people at his store were tested positive, and he ended up getting it. Now, fortunately, my son and I did not get it, which was a huge shock because it's, as they say, as contagious as it is. It was pretty. It was. I was just kind of like, wow, we got really lucky. I also was sick back in January of the beginning of the year, really sick. And one of my symptoms at one point was that I was having a really hard time breathing, where I actually said to my husband, I think I need to go to the hospital. So um, I am convinced that I actually had it already. And, I guess the antibody tests don't go back that far, because I did do one and it was negative, but supposedly it doesn't stay in your system that long. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a confirmation of if I had it or not. But so yeah, so my husband's doing really good. He's out of quarantine. He was in quarantine for a good 14 days, and that was hard. That was hard on us, especially we had to. We weren't able to do Thanksgiving together. I cooked some by myself, and so it was kind of depressing. But at the same time, we made the best of it, and we're gonna do a nice dinner in this month for Christmas, and kind of just do a combo Thanksgiving Christmas deal. But on the other side of things, with this upcoming transfer, I have my first ultrasound on Wednesday, on the 9th of December, and they're going to see where we are with follicle development, to see if, because then from there they kind of time, we start doing like ovulation predictor kits, and we see like how to time it. So my suggestion to the doctor, I want to make a suggestion, is that when we're close to showing that I'm about to ovulate, if we can do a trigger shot. And what that is it's a HCG trigger shot actually forces you to ovulate. So if there was a problem, like a hiccup in your system, it will make you ovulate that way. Um, your body is in sync. So like when they do the transfer, 5 days after I ovulate, because that's how it works, I ovulate, and then 5 days later they do the transfer. So that's how that works on the natural cycle. Um, Basically, I just want to make sure that my body is receptive, and that the whole point of doing the natural FET is so that my natural hormones are like working well with what's going on, rather than my body kind of going, what's happening? Like I don't know. Because back when I was about 9 years ago, or not 9, 8 years ago, I should say, 8 years ago, when I was doing fertility treatments to have my son when I was 30, 31, we did Clomid, and then we did a trigger shot with HCG and timed it with intercourse, and I got pregnant with him, and it was a successful pregnancy. So my whole thought process is like, maybe if we use that same format with, these great embryos that I was able to get, PGS normal tested embryos, and actually these are the first embryos that we've received, that are double A, PGS normal. Like, we've never had AA rating, which is like, for those of you who have different rating systems, I know I know it's like all over the board with what that is, but in terms of what I've learned, our embryos that we have, the ones that we're transferring, are like 4AA, PGS normal. It's like the best chance you can have. Whereas the other ones that I had transferred in the past were not even close to what this is. So it's like we went from fair to great with embryos. And I'm just grateful for that, of course. But so here I am, kind of going through the motions, and obviously the coronavirus situation makes things really hard, and I have mixed emotions about like waiting to do this versus doing it now. If I get pregnant and things are working out, then I kind of have to really isolate away from pretty much everything, and potentially even pull my son out of school, because then it puts us at risk. Um, so there's a lot of different moving parts, and it makes it kind of complicated. Um, Also, I've been struggling. Like, I'm trying to stay positive, and like I have all these different tools that I'm using. Like, I it's so funny. I like went and got a meditation pillow, to try to just do some mindfulness practices. I'll have to show you the book I got. It's downstairs, but I got a book on mindfulness, because I wanted to start really practicing meditation and taking the time to try to find that inner balance and peace. So I've been doing, um, reading the mindfulness book. I just started it, really. I got this meditation pillow, which is awesome. It could also be a prayer pillow. And I have a journal. I've been journaling. And a number of my journals I'm actually going to put on my website, the IVFbabyhope.com, to share. And also some poetry. Whenever I am in like emotional kind of limbo, I always am like the poet. I always write poetry. So I'll be loading some of that on the site, just to try to share and kind of show you where I'm at. But I'm scared. I'm not gonna hold back. Like, I'm pretty scared about whether or not things work out, and and I'm really leaning towards they're gonna work out. Like, I'm super hopeful, super positive, but I'm also, because of my experiences, and I think this is just part of trauma that you go through with losses and whatnot. Um, I have my plan B. Like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna handle it? Um, and I guess, again, like, mindfulness, practicing mindfulness is being present and not deviating from too far ahead or thinking about the past. It's just being present and really embracing where you are in that moment. So yeah, but again, like, I just been struggling, and I wish it would stop. I really want to be like in a really positive place, and I really want to be like so like up and enjoy the holiday. Like, we decorated, like, our house looks like someone threw up Christmas all over it. It's everywhere, and it's beautiful. But at the same time, I'm just like trying to. It's one thing to like say it. It's another thing to really feel it. And I think um, I'm just having a hard time. So, anyways, if you pray, please say a prayer for us. Yeah. So, other than that, that's pretty much all I have today. I think the next step is on, December 9th. I have my next appointment. So I'll give you guys a brief update on what happens there and what we agree on. And by then I might even have an actual date. So we will see. I'm not sure. But anyways, hope everyone's doing well and staying safe. And if you are planning on doing IVF in December, January, I definitely would say, like, really limit your exposure to what's going on around us right now. I'm starting to have to really think about that too. Like, what am I going to do um, you know, um, when I get pregnant? And so we just got to be extra careful, extra mindful. Sometimes we might have to sacrifice visits and doing certain things that we would really want to do during the holidays. But yeah. All right. Well, hope everyone is staying safe, like I said. And if you guys have any questions or feedback, concerns, etc., just let me know in the comments, or you can email me. Please visit ivfbabyhope.com. It's in the works. The full site is now up, and the exciting part is the fundraising will start towards the end of December and into 2021. And again, for those who aren't aware, IVF Baby Hope is being set up as a nonprofit. And my goal is to raise money to help those who can't, who are struggling to afford IVF or medications or PGS testing. We're trying to kind of figure out, all the logistics of it, because it's, like, the bottom line is, like, I want to try to help as many people as I can each year. Even if it's just a couple, I think my biggest hope is to use my knowledge of fundraising and help and in that way, and just to help others with their IVF process. So anyways, all right, sending much love out to you all, and I'll post a new update shortly. All right, take care. Bye, guys.